Hello, I'm Selena Bell with New Horizon Hypnosis of Kansas. We're ready for session 2. This is cleaning out the emotional libraries. I want to make sure that you have an hour of uninterrupted time. You don't have to see the video. All you have to do is hear my voice. Allow yourself to get comfortable, your favorite easy chair or laying down, however you're most comfortable. Now, once you're ready, we'll begin. I want you to pick a point on the wall or the ceiling. And as you pick that point on the wall or the ceiling, I want you to start looking at it. Stare at it. And as you stare at it, I want you to start staring through it. And as you're staring through it, I want you to start seeing a happy scene on the other side. Something that's calm and peaceful. Now, I want you to close and open your eyes with every number I say as I count 1 to 20. 1, close and open your eyes. 2, 3, allow them to get heavier and heavier. 4, and 5. Feeling that relaxation run through your body. 6, 7, 8. Getting deeper and deeper, allowing those eyes to get heavier and heavier. 9, and 10, 11, 12, 13. Allow them to stay closed as soon as they get heavy. Allow them to go. Allow them to get deeper and heavier. 14, 15, and 16. Allow them to stay closed, allowing your body to get deeply relaxed with every breath you breathe out. 17, 18. Your eyes are totally relaxed and closed. 19 and 20. As I count 1 to 10, your sanctuary is going to come into view. It's going to be bright and vivid and clear. You can see it, taste it, feel it, experience it, and interact with it, even if you only have to imagine it. Allow it to happen. You're fine. Nothing can hurt you here. Just fine. Now, you're going to be able to hear, feel, see, experience everything in your mind the way you want to do it. 1, knowing that it's bright and vivid and clear. 2, seeing it come into view. 3, you can do anything you want to do. 4, and 5, you're safe and secure and sound. Nothing can harm you here. 6, 7, allowing yourself to go down as deep as you need to go to do the work you need to do. 8, 9, and 10. You're nice and deep into your sanctuary now. Everything is bright and vivid and clear. I want you to take a few minutes knowing that nothing can harm you here or invade your space. If for some reason something does show up that's uninvited, all you have to do is tell it to leave. Find your guardian, companion, or protector. And knowing there are many, many rooms in your sanctuary. Take a moment and explore it, enjoy it, and do what you'd like to do before we move on. You're doing a wonderful job. Today we're going to look for your emotional library. This is the place where you keep all of the events from your past and present. Some of them are good, some of them are bad or negative. They can be books and movies or videos and pictures. It can be a CD or anything that you consider a storage device. They can be ancient scrolls or books or crystals. You are going to acknowledge every event that's negative today. You can ask your guardian, companion, or protector to come with you, because this may not be the easiest thing that you have to do. But you are in control of every aspect of your life, so you can do this, and you know you can do it. and you'll be able to do it very easily. Now, I want you to look for the door, the entryway, the gate, or the path that leads to your library. There's going to be several sides. There may be stacks of books. And on this one side of the library, it's bright and vivid and clear, and it's got almost a golden glow to it. These are all the positive events from your life. Everything that's good that's happened to you. I want you to take a moment and take down one book at random. Could be time from when you were a child that had a wonderful thing. You went on a picnic or were playing. Imagine yourself laughing and giggling and just happy with friends and family and relatives. A positive experience from your past. And this place is yours to come back and look at and experience anytime you want. Go ahead and close the book and put it back where it was at. Now on the other side of this library, it's a little bit darker, it may be a little bit dingy and dirty, it may need to be cleaned up. These are where your negative events are. Some of them could be very, very bad, some of them could not be very bad at all. But we're going to clean out the negative events. You're going to be able to keep all the information, you're going to be able to keep all of the facts, even the lesson learned. But everything else attached to it, we're going to discard. You can do it page by page, or you can flip through each page of the book, acknowledge the event, the emotions that it brought up, the habits, the conditioning, anything that's attached to that, we're getting rid of. Now, on this side of the room, there is a trash can. This trash can can take anything you put into it. It will never fill up. It will never become too heavy to move. It will always be able to accept anything that you put into it. Now, on top of that trash can is a shredder. It is a super shredder. It will accept any size, shape, consistency, weight, amount that you put into it, and it will shred it. Anything that goes into that trash can will not be able to come out. And every time you come down to your library or any place in your sanctuary, you can always find this trash can in this shredder. There's cleaning supplies if you need it, maybe some cleaner or a broom and a dustpan or a rag to clean. And when you're done, put it in the shredder, because the trash can always has your new cleaning supplies in it. Now, I want you to start by taking down that first book. It can be the smallest or the biggest book, it doesn't really matter. And I want you to look through it, page by page by page. And you can rip out each page if you want, and shred it, or just turn the pages. And as you do that, know that you do not need it, you do not want it, it is no longer a productive part of your life. You will retain the information, you will retain the facts, but everything else attached to it, the behaviors, the feelings, the emotions, anything attached to it is gone. And I want you to shred it. You don't need it, you don't want it, it's no longer a productive part of your life. Allow it to go. Allow yourself to let it go. Nothing will jam it, nothing will reverse it. Everything you're putting in here is gone for good. Because you do not need it, you do not want it, it is no longer a productive part of your life. You're keeping the facts, you're keeping the information, you're keeping the lesson learned, but everything else is gone. The emotions, the behaviors, habits are all gone. Allow them to go. You don't need it, you don't want it. Go to the next book, and the next book, the next page, and the next page. Remember, you don't need it, you don't want it, it's no longer a productive part of your life. You can let it go. All you're retaining are the information, the facts, and the lesson. Everything else connected to it, this event, is discarded and it is no longer going to affect any part of your life. I'm here with you. It's okay. Book by book, page by page, we're removing all the trash from your library. Remember, you don't need it, you don't want it, you do not need it. It is no longer a productive part of your life. You can let it go. Let it all go and be shredded. You will retain the information, you will retain the facts and the lesson, but everything else connected to the event is discarded and will no longer affect any part of your life. Allow it to go. It will no longer affect any part of your life. You do not need it. You do not want it. It's no longer a productive part of your life. You can let it go. Let it all go and be shredded. You will retain the information and the facts. You will retain the lesson. But anything else connected to it, any events, any behaviors, any emotions, are let go. Discard them. And they will no longer be affecting any part of your life. Allow it to go. You don't need it. You don't want it. It's no longer a productive part of your life. You know you can let it go. Let it all go and be shredded. You will retain the information, the facts, and the lesson, but everything else connected to the event is discarded and is no longer going to affect any part of your life. Keep going. Book after page after page. Allow it to be gone. Remember, you don't need it, you don't want it. It's no longer a productive part of your life. You can let it go. Let it all go and be shredded. You will retain the information, the facts, and the lesson, but everything else connected to the event is discarded and will no longer affect any part of your life. Keep going. Page by page, book by book. Allow it to be gone. Allow yourself to let it go. Allow it to happen. Remember, you don't need it, you don't want it, and it's no longer a productive part of your life. You can let it go. Let it all go and be shredded. You will retain the information and the facts and the lesson, but everything else connected to the event is discarded and will no longer affect any part of your life. You're doing a wonderful job. If for any reason you need more time, before we move on, I want you to slowly open your eyes. You won't break your concentration. And I want you to reach up and press the pause button. Allow the sound of my voice to continue to play in your mind, reassuring you that you do not need it, you do not want it. You will retain the information, the facts, and the lesson. But everything else will be discarded and removed. It will no longer affect any part of your life. When you are finished, you will simply open your eyes very slowly again, press play, Reclose your eyes, and it will take you right back into your library. Now that you've done cleaned out this side of your library and have removed all the negative books, and it is being taken over by the positive memories and events in your life, I want you to look around. There's a filing cabinet of some kind, and you can take your trash can with you. This cabinet holds all of your personal and military records you were not able to find in your books. Those things that no one but you are to know. Those events you don't even talk about. You might have forgotten about happened. I want you to reach inside of your pocket. And in this pocket, you'll find the key to this cabinet. I want you to open the lock, and I want you to pull out the drawer. You'll find the folders. These are just memories. Just like the books, they're memories. They cannot hurt you. They cannot harm you. They are not there to harm you anymore. Now, take out the folders and the information that is there. Acknowledge it exists and it happened. Then I want you to shred it. Just like the books, you do not need it, you do not want it. It is no longer a productive part of your life. You will retain the information, you will retain the facts and the lesson, but everything else that is connected to it will be discarded. Allow it to be shredded and removed. This is old information you are disposing of. It is in the proper regulation way. This is how you were taught to dispose of sensitive information in the military, by shredding it. Your current orders are to discard, shred, and remove it from this cabinet. You will retain the information, the facts, and the lesson, but everything else is removed. It will no longer affect any part of your life. You can do it. Keep going until the cabinet drawer is completely cleaned out, until it's completely empty. This is the only thing you have to do right now. You are in control, and you are tasked with shredding this cabinet of paperwork. Nothing in here can harm you. You can let it go. You don't need it. You don't want it. It is no longer a productive part of your life. You can retain the information, the facts, but everything else is gone, discarded. You no longer want it, and it will no longer affect any part of your life. You are discarding this in the proper military regulation of shredding it and disposing of it. You are the only one that will retain this information. You will retain the facts, but everything attached to it is discarded. Allow it to happen. Allow each folder, piece by piece, of that 201 file to be discarded. You don't need it. You don't want it. It's no longer a productive part of your life. You are going to retain the information and the facts and the lesson. Everything else is discarded. Allow it to be discarded. Allow it to be shredded. You don't need it. You don't want it. It will no longer affect any part of your life. You're doing a wonderful job. Cabinet's empty. Everything's gone. It's clean. Now, close the cabinet back up and lock it. Put the key back in your pocket. And you're going to take this trash can and leave the library. We're going to the incinerator. You've done a lot of hard work. And you're almost done. It's okay. There may be some holes, but we're going to fill them. Do not be afraid to get rid of this. I promise it's okay. Your guardian protector is there. Now, as you leave the library, I want you to take your trash can and you're going to go down the hall or the path to your incinerator. Now, this incinerator burns so hot that nothing is left when you open it. It will not harm you in any way. You may feel a little bit warm from the heat, but it won't burn you. Now, I want you to open the door. This door will accommodate anything you have to put into it. The trash can might appear to be heavy, but it's not. You can put that trash can into that door. Both will accommodate each other, or you can simply roll it off the edge of the door jamb and into the flames. No, these flames are not going to hurt you, but they will dispose of anything that you put into it, and it cannot be recalled. It will not leave ash, vapor, gas, residue, anything. There is nothing that will be left. It burns so hot. There is no ashes, there's no residue, there's no vapor, there's no gas, there's no residue. Now I want you to put that trash can in there and you can watch it burn. Or you can simply close the door and tell it goodbye. But know that once it is closed, it will not be retrieved. You've done a wonderful job, and you've gone a long way. This is for the good, and you cannot recall it later. The information and the facts are still there, but all the emotions and everything attached to it are gone. Now I want you to return to your sanctuary. That happy, peaceful place that's yours and yours alone. And once again, we're going to go back under the white light. And once again, I want you to go stand under it, allowing it to wash off all the negativity, allowing it to start to penetrate deep into your body. Allow it to fill you, once again, with the unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, unconditional understanding, calm and peace and happiness and joy, serenity, mental focus, motivation, and energy. Allow this unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, unconditional understanding to fill all the holes that were made by removing all those books, by discarding all those emotions. I want you to feel it penetrate into the muscles, into your lungs, into your organs, into every nook and cranny. Allow it to fill your cells, your atoms, your microns, every little microbe of your body, every fiber. Letting it fill you with those good, positive emotions of unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, unconditional understanding. Feel the calm and the peace and the joy and the happiness. Feel the serenity, the mental focus and the motivation and the energy filling you. Fill those places, fill all those empty spaces. Allow it to continue to fill all the empty spaces, allowing it to push out any negativity that's in any fiber of your body, filling you with the unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, and unconditional understanding that you are a good, worthy person and you are in control of your life. Allow it to continue to fill you, filling you every micron, every microbe, every little teeny tiny space in your body, even right down to the fibers and cells, all of your body. Allow it to continue to fill you and fill you with that unconditional love, unconditional happiness, unconditional satisfaction, acceptance, and unconditional understanding, knowing that you're calm and peaceful and you're happy. Joy and serenity, mentally focused, motivated, and full of energy. Allow it to continue to work from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. Allow yourself to feel and accept that unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, and unconditional understanding. The happiness, the joy, the peace, and the calm, the serenity, the motivation, the mental focus, and the energy. And as you're filled totally up with this light and you feel perfectly positive and knowing that you're healing yourself from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and you're filling all the holes that were left, and there are no holes left, everything is full, you feel totally complete. I want you to go back to your sanctuary. I want you to find that whiteboard you'd written in permanent marker. Make sure that you still have your affirmations on it. I am worthy of love and happiness. The affirmation of I am good, successful, and a happy person. The affirmation of I can achieve anything I want to. The affirmation of anything is possible because I allow it to be. And anything else you want to write on that board. Now, and I want you to go to the next whiteboard. And I want you to take your erasable marker. And I want you to make sure that everything that's negative on that board is gone. I want you to make sure it's nice and white and bright, just like it's brand new. There's nothing negative on it. If you want, you can wash it. The cleaner and extra towels are there. Allow it to all go and be done. You have done a wonderful job so far today. I want you to remember that nothing from your past, present, or future will ever stop you from being a successful, lovable, and happy person. Nothing from your past, present, or future will stop you from being a highly successful, lovable, and happy person. Breathing, that wonderful thing of breathing, when you breathe in, you're breathing in all the positive things, and when you breathe out, you're breathing out all the negative things. You're breathing in oxygen, remember? You breathe in oxygen, and all the positive things come in when you breathe oxygen, like love and calm and peace and happiness. You breathe in success and motivation and energy and mental focus, joy, self-control, and compassion. And when you breathe out things like you would breathe out like carbon dioxide. When you breathe out that carbon dioxide, what are you breathing out? You're breathing out all the negative things that you don't want in your body, that are bad for you, and you push them away. So every time you breathe out, you're breathing out stress and anger and pain and frustration, fear, guilt, anxiety, hate, and self-doubt. Breathe out all of the fear and anger and pain and frustration, guilt, anxiety, hate, and self-doubt. Knowing that every time you breathe in, you're breathing in all the success and happiness and love and motivation, mental focus, joy and self-confidence and self-control and compassion, happiness and love and calm that you want. Just like oxygen, it's good for you. And just like carbon dioxide, you breathe out the bad. And as you breathe out, you remember that red is the most beautiful color you've ever seen. And red reminds you of all the positive things in your life. Red reminds you of all the positive you breathe in and all the negative you breathe out. And red's going to remind you that one deep breath and pushing your first finger and thumb together will be able to reset everything back to where you have it in that picture. Red brings forward all the affirmations on your board. So you want to breathe in the positive and out the negative, and every time you see red, it reminds you of your affirmations and your breathing, and to reset. Now, as I count 1 to 10, you're going to be fully awake and aware. You'll be able to remember everything from this session that you want to remember. 1, allow your conscious mind and subconscious minds to merge together again. 2, red, 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 red. Remember to reset, and it brings your affirmation board forward. 3, nothing from your past, present, or future will stop you from being the successful person you want to be personally or professionally. 4, feelings of energy returning to your body. 5, wanting to use your new tools repeatedly and numerous times a day. 6, you are now and forever forward in control of your emotions, actions, and reactions in every aspect of your life and yourself. 7, there's no pain. 8, you're feeling energized and rested for the rest of your day. You're able to sleep normally tonight, and those sleeps will be normal times, only positive, productive dreams that you can remember if you choose to. 9, the simple act of breathing is calming and reminds you to breathe in the good and out the bad. 10, you'll be fully awake and aware. You're full of energy, refreshed and ready to go for the rest of your day. And now take 1 deep breath in and open your eyes when you're ready. You've done a wonderful job today, and there's a lot of work that you had to do. If for any reason these didn't fully work, I want you to revisit the library. It's yours. You've already been there. You know where it's at. Go through and clean it out again. Again, if you have any problems, please call us, text us, email us, message us. We are here to help you. Now, how do you feel? Are there any emotions that are negative yet? Most people tell me it's like revving a car engine that's in neutral. Let me check. Nope, nothing. I want you to think of one event. It doesn't have to be the most traumatic event, just something that you know was down in your library that you got rid of. And I want you to think of the emotions that normally would bring up. Is it bringing them up? Or are you just feeling neutral? Yeah, okay. Yeah, facts happen. And that's what you're feeling. It's a thing. It happened. Nothing I can do about it. Oh well. Move on. If you are bringing up emotion, then we need to go down and clean it out. You can replay the whole session. You can call us, or we can help you with that. Now, you've done a wonderful job. You've gotten a lot of stuff. You should feel lighter. Your chest should feel lighter. Your shoulders feel like you're not weighing 100 pounds on your chest or on your shoulders. The weight of the world has been lifted. If you have any more questions, please contact us. Next time we have session 3. There's going to be 2 sessions: the pre-session and the actual session. I'm Selena Bell. This New Horizon Hypnosis of Kansas, and I want to thank you for letting us help you be the best you can be.
I'm back from Iraq with my gear and my gun. I'm about to cut loose, man, and have some fun. After 2 long years, I get to shoulder my rifle and fire up a brand new Chevrolet Tahoe. My wife's in the passenger seat beside me, my beautiful baby back there in the car seat. Dang straight, it feels great to be back home, 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 home. great to be back home. It's good to be out on this interstate without the booming of mortars and grenades. The only booming I hear is the bass from a stereo. The woman I love has me home and safe in the land of the free and the home of the brave. But to keep it this way, I know I had to go. Now I'm back from Iraq with my gear and my gun. I'm about to cut loose, man, and have some fun. After 2 long years, I get to shoulder my rifle and fire up a brand new Chevrolet Tahoe. My wife's in the passenger seat beside me, my beautiful baby back there in the car seat. Dang straight, it feels great to be back home.